Servus Leute, willkommen zu einem weiteren Video von der SHOT Show 2025. Ich bin hier auf dem Stand von Beretta mit dem legendären J.J. Racaza, dem aktuellen Weltmeister Beretta-Schützen. Gemeinsam mit dem J.J. schauen wir uns jetzt die Neuheiten von Beretta für dieses Jahr an. So, thank you J.J. for your time.
Thanks, Martin.
What can you show us in terms of novelties for this year?
Some of the guns that we have come out, there's a couple of different ones, right? The US, Beretta USA have come out with the new two models that they have that they built upon from the 92XI. Then this is now you got the Gara, which has these enhancements, and then you have the Corsa, which is slightly different enhancements. As you can tell, main difference are basically the color. They will both shoot similar, but they will have somewhat different feel from each other. One has a very textured grip, a much more aggressive grip to it. Both of them come with a flat trigger. This has a smoother grip, which I thought was going to be not as pleasurable to shoot, or it would be slippery in terms of performance. This has actually become more of my choice and favorite because of just the way it feels, the way it rounds up my hand and it feels in my hand, right? The whole gun itself, when you shoot it, you immediately feel like you become better because it's a compensator. It's a very shootable gun, so a lot of people that get behind this immediately feel like they're better, and that's always an important thing because that means the gun's doing what it's supposed to do, right? It's helping you become better or whatever. So that's that #1 project that they have coming out, and that was awesome. That was an exclusive thing with Davidson's. The next thing is my pride and joy. Beretta finally decided, it's been a couple years, but since I won the World Championship, they're trying to come up with my own series of guns, the Racaza series, right? Okay. And this is basically the aesthetic part of it, and you can see it's a little bit loud, it's got a little bit different color. It's based off of the 92X. It's got little small things like this right here, where you can see it's got the Philippine star, the sun, the Philippine sun, which is really important, but it's got the American flag theme on it with the stars and stripes, and it's got this number 11 in there, which is really important to my life. 11 is when I got married, 11/11/11, 9/11 was when my career started. There's a whole lot of connection and memories to the number 11, so it's special to me. This is just the shell of the gun. The gun in of itself, once it's finalized, is gonna have all the enhancements that you would have. It's gonna come on like a kit. It's gonna come with magazines and all this stuff. It's gonna have the enhancements, the trigger. It's gonna be fully ready for competition, where you're gonna come out and pick it up and not have to do anything to it except put your own red dot cut to it. So I'm very excited for this, and I'm very proud of this, but it's gonna be a little bit longer because obviously my name's attached to it. I want this done right. I want this to be what I want, not I'm gonna compromise. So whether the Beretta's gonna let me do it or not, it looks like so far they've been very all for it.
Are they going to be available in Europe as well?
Yes, so we're gonna come out with probably 2 versions. This is obviously some plans, but it's gonna be the USPSA version, which is gonna come with the 22, 23 round magazines, and then there's gonna be the international version, which is gonna come with the 15 round magazine. But the gun is gonna be the gun. It's gonna be the same exact enhancement with the trigger and feel and all that stuff. So it's gonna be completely legal for IPSC or USPSA.
So this is going to be more or less your signature gun with all the enhancements you're running during your competition?
So no. So the crazy thing is, the first 3-4 years of my career with the Beretta, since Beretta was a new gun, my job as a shooter was to try to pick up the Beretta stock, not do much to it, barely do anything at all, and just shoot it and get good and hopefully win. And by doing that, what I was able to do was I was lucky enough to be able to win a world champion, a couple of national titles with it in the last 3 years. And so now it's time for me to upgrade the way I want the gun it needs to be, right? The way I'm gonna do the trigger, it's gonna be very smooth, not very rough, and then it gets smoother in time. No, this is gonna come fully ready, the way I would have liked it if I'm gonna compete at the highest level. So that's the big thing, because everyone right now competing in the US, every one of their guns is completely enhanced, super enhanced. No one's shooting a stock gun. So it's a little bit more of a challenge now for me. Everyone's so good that I need a little bit of help. And that one, the little enhancement of the gun behind it, will probably give me that little edge to hopefully win again.
Okay, that's very cool. So we were really curious about that one, and hopefully we can have it soon enough to shoot with it.
Yeah.
So I see something very shiny over there.
It is. So over here,
let's check that one out. Seht ihr was ziemlich goldiges?
So it's really neat because I posted this the other day. We shot it for the first time. This is the 24 karat gold finish. It is actual 24 karat gold.
Really?
Yeah, they finished the whole gun with it, the whole internals, and now it's got the black accessories and external features, right? Like the trigger, the barrel, the sights, and the safety. However, the gun pops. It really looks nice. It's like the golden era of 007. The whole day, the 08.
Stuff,
correct. John Leguizamo made it famous on his movie. So it's very daring because it's very bright and shiny and catches your eye. For me to shoot this in competition, it's being very bold. It's like I'm making a statement, and I better win, right? Because it's gold. Right? Like, you can't lose with a golden gun.
If you lose with that gun, it's a bit embarrassing, so it pushes a bit more.
Yes. So I have to work a lot harder, and but to shoot with that gun, it's gonna attract the attention, right? Whether good or bad, it's gonna attract the attention. And the gun itself, I didn't think it was gonna look this good. As you can see, it's very attractive. The gold just kind of does something right to the gun. So I don't know where this is gonna go, but this has got my grip on it. It could be a version, a special version, so like the Racaza series that's maybe either a collector or someone wants to shoot it. I've shot this gun, it shoots pretty good.
So is this going to be like a regular being in stock?
I think this is going to be the specialized line. That one that,
six.
Limited edition type stuff. It's pretty neat, but they did it.
Is there any in terms of performance enhanced?
Not yet. It will come with the same exact enhancement that my gun will have. If it's got the Racaza series, the grips and stuff like that on it, it will come with that enhancement, the full cuts on it, the Langdon triggers, work on it, and then possibly the tone system flat trigger for double and single action. So that's how it's going to go.
That's cool. So, I mean, now we discussed more or less the steel frame Berettas. Is there anything new in terms of polymer stuff?
In terms of polymer stuff, not much. I think the APX-A1, they have a couple of variants on that. It's still pretty much the same. They haven't done much in terms of that gun. They do have they have had it before, but it's kind of starting to catch traction again. The old PX4, right? That's starting to catch traction. So Langdon kind of put that back out there, and people are feeling it. And it's crazy how that's coming around because that's a 20-year-old technology, but people are realizing now how shootable that gun is, how the rotating block and locking lugs on it makes a big difference in terms of accuracy and performance. So people are realizing now, and there might be a possibility where I think Beretta will eventually enhance that and modernize the pistol.
Okay, so there's maybe something in the future which is going to come.
And then obviously they have a lot more doing things with the shotgun, but that's something I'm very unfamiliar with. I stay in my lane and I stay in the pistols.
Right. Well, then thank you, JJ,
Thanks, Martin.
for that coverage. Ihr habt es gesehen, die neuen Beretta Steelframe-Waffen mit JJ Racaza. Es kommen ein paar coole Sonderserien raus, auf die wir uns dann auch freuen können, sogar in Europa. Und im nächsten Video werden wir zusammen mit der Danielle Valkyrie auch ein Interview mit JJ machen, wo wir ihn dann fragen, was er uns so an Tipps geben kann, um nochmal besser zu schießen. Und darauf könnt ihr euch jetzt freuen.